I'm Shop King, shout out the video. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, the last Ronin game has been announced. Again. And a lot of people are excited, a lot of people are bringing it up, but the thing is, we've already had an announcement of this game like a year or two ago. Back, not that long ago. I think it was like on issue 1 or 2 of the last Ronin 2. I forgot what the subtitle was. But a lot of people aren't paying attention to that this game already had a developer. Now this is, for one, it's a good sign and a bad sign. It's a good sign that, which I didn't know Paramount had a gaming division, that Paramount is still going first with the last Running idea. I think there's going to be like a part 3 of the comic book, potentially, if I do recall, with Time Watts and Kevin Eastman. What is Peter Laird doing these days? But this game was already announced in May, but it was on a different developer. I think they called Black Forest Games, was making this game, and then they had massive layoffs, and then radio silence. Now it's Platinum Games, which is great. I love Platinum Games. But they made Mutant Mayhem. Yes. No, not Mutant Mayhem. Mutants in Manhattan. Mutants in Manhattan. Yes. But that game had a lot of different problems. This would just be a single player game focused on the Ronin Ninja Turtle. Not going to spoil who it is. If you haven't read the story, that's not on me. I think that counts the movie out, right? But it's being made by Platinum Games, which is good and bad. The good part is, well, got developed. I love Platinum Games. You know, we got Revengeance, Devastation, great games, Bayonetta, and some other games. Bad part is, are they rebuilding from this game from the ground up for a second time? Again, that's what it seems like. We don't see Black Forest Game, which I believe that's what the previous studio was called. We don't see their name anywhere at the end. We just see Paramount Games and Platinum Games. Which is good that Platinum Games, you know, can get that good old license check, you know. be balling. But still waiting for that Devastation 2 though. Where's it? Where's it? Where it at? After that reactivate, we need something as a Transformers fan. Don't let me starve out here now. My stomach's already touching my rib cage as it is. It can't get much smaller than that. Yeah. But yeah. That'll be my only concern is if they are rebuilding this game from the ground up. Now we don't know when they started development. We don't know when they laid off people from Black Forest Game. They switched over to development. We don't know if they're using the same story or they're rebuilding things back up. If they are building things back up, this game ain't coming out no time soon. So that's 2027 off the mark, 2028 off the mark. So you're talking about maybe 2029, 2030. I'm personally tired of seeing the games announced or watching game shows where it's coming out next year. They don't make sense. Jeez. Every time it's next year, next year, next year, next year, next. Well, what games are coming out this year, damn it? So that would be a good thing. The good thing would be, best case scenario, as I said, I got 1-2 year in development. The game comes out 2028. That's not so bad, right? Worst case scenario is coming out 2030, 2031. That's just being honest. We don't know how far in development. And that's if they're rebuilding it from the ground. What if they're not? What if they pull like a Metal Gear Rise Revengeance, right? Where Konami and Kojima had their original idea for Rising. And then it changed and they gave it to Platinum Games and it came out not like long after. So that was roughly like what? Maybe 2 to 3 year turnaround? Depending on how long they want to make the story. Because the last running story isn't long. Because only 5 issues. They can flesh that out a lot in between. Especially when they go into some of the prequel stuff. They can flesh out a lot. And they do like the last running plus the 2 year stuff. You can make a decent sized game out of that. Maybe 10 hours give or take. Multiple difficulty mode. Multiple weapons. Of course, a classic RPG system that they threw in Devastation. That was in Mutant in Manhattan. Come on, Platinum Games is right there. Makes sense for the character. It's right there. Skill tree upgrade system, parries, counters, slipping and sliding. But I hope it doesn't play like Mutants in Manhattan. Like I said before, that game had like a lot of problems mechanically compared to it just being a bad game overall. Some of the things just the game was just built wrong, or just I don't know if they have enough time to keep the game in the oven for it to work. But the game had bigger flaws than just the package you got at the end. But in this case, today's going to be only one turtle, having all the weapons and abilities. We'll be able to upgrade Like change costumes, different type of clothes, different type of so on and so on, right? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? 'Cause we don't know exactly what the game looks like. We just know the game is being rebuilt again. Like I said before, this could be a great thing. This could be a bad thing, as in, gotta wait a whole lot of time. Um, I'm not somebody fearing the time clock of age, but it's just like I always bring up God of War 2018 and Spider-Man as a perfect example. Announced 2016, more gameplay in 17, came out in 18. Quick, fast, in a hurry. That's all it took. It wasn't 5 years. It wasn't 12 years. It wasn't Kingdom Hearts 3 or Kingdom Hearts 4. Taking decades to release. Be 55 by the time they finish up that franchise. I move back. This franchise is about as old as I am. But yeah, it was supposed to be a long video, but it's a quick video on the yeah, I think they're rebuilding this game back up again from the ground. Like I said before, this is Platinum Games. I trust them. This is just one character. It's not a co-op game. It's not online multiplayer. So everything should be relatively simple. But we have 3 different styles based on the turtles: Michelangelo style, Raphael style, Leonardo style, Donnie style. We'll be able to pull out different type of old gadgets like the gravity gun from Donatello's duffel bag. Be able to throw ninja star shuriken. I think an interesting choice would have been bringing in the guys who made the Samurai Jack game. Because in a way, the Samurai Jack battle against Aku game, or no, Battle Through Time, I think it was called, really does fit with the last Ronin as a character. Multiple different weapons, and the shurikens, shurikens, bows, breaking off weapons, different type of upgrade system. If it's a game like, if it's a Samurai Jack type of game, I could see I could work it easily. Multiple different hub worlds, multiple different levels, multiple different bosses. The story isn't long because you have Shredder's grandson. Unless we're going to have some flashback missions where we get to play as other turtles. It's not going to be a long game. Let's just say you throw in the Tmnt, the last room, the Lost Years, and we cover the flashback stuff, right? Maybe we get to play a few missions of Casey Jones, crack a few skulls with him. You never know, you never know. And then you have the element of Casey Jones 2, the sequel, aka the new Casey Jones. Will we be able to play as her? Who knows? Like we don't have much to work off of, and it's pretty much a re-announcement trailer of a product that was already supposed to be in development. As I said, well, technically maybe this would be a case, right? This is a long shot. Paramount Games. We don't know what happened to Blackfire's games. We don't know if they got sold or anything like that. Maybe you take some of those old developers that got cut, move the property over to Platinum Games, and with those two working on the game, you're using old elements. I'm telling you, just like Rise and Revenge. If this game turns out like Rise and Revenge's masterpiece, and like I always said before, the reason why I want certain things to be good for the first time, for we have to see it no more. Like no one's complaining about, well, we gotta have a good Spider-Man game. We've had several, different kinds, open world, hub world, story modes, narrative. We have several. We don't gotta look back and say, well, that's the definitive Spider-Man game. Cause we got several, so you can pick your poison. Well, pick your flavor. We don't really have that in Nintendo games. We have some good classics, and some others not so much. But it's just what we can get here is like when people say Ninja Turtles, this could be the game. Now, sure, I'm still waiting for that proper co-op game. We've seen some attempts that wasn't bad. We just needed some. Those just needed some extra time in the kitchen. This would be a perfect time to re-release that Out of the Shadows game. Why? Hey, remaster it. Get some money out of it, man. Just might as well. That's what I mean. People say it's all about the capitalism and greed. They're not, apparently they're not starving enough. I would have been remastered that game. Why not? 4-player co-op. Have it the same price as it was, $20. Might as well. People don't got shit else to do. Ninja Turtles gonna it's might as well. Come on. But yeah, I'm very interested in the game. I was interested with the storyline, just period. With this concept being inspired by The Dark Knight Returns to a degree, but also not. The way you know is that yes, it is about a turtle coming back and finishing one last job. But The Dark Knight Returns, overall as a story, is very different compared to what the last Ronin is. So I can already think about the intro mission, but it's really what's going to be in between. Because the mainline story throughout, and not decoding what happened and everybody ties, it won't be hard. But there are some things I wish, hopefully, I can get in contact with Tom Watts or Kevin Eastman, and we can get some explanation on what happened to Shredder. Uh, what happened to a lot of things in that massive time gap that there's a lot of things that could be fleshed out, talked about, and intimate. It all depends. Are they going to bring in these other guys? Is it going to stick with the adapted material? Like, this could be a legendary game in the making. We got the right developers. Just need the right game mechanics and the right vision, and this could be a masterpiece. This could be just like when people talk about Ninja Turtle games, you cannot have this not in the top 3 or top 5. This could be an incredible piece of craftsmanship. It all depends, man. All depends on the execution. All depends. Let's say we can't get the creators in here. We gotta do everything off the cuff. Fuck, hire me for a writer. I'll do it. I'll do the damn job. I'll do it. Just play me in lunch and dinner. I'd gosh damn do it. But that's my only problem. And the fact that they are rebuilding it from the ground up again. Is it with the same budget? Is it with a limited budget? Like, if it was just a Devastation type thing, or a Rise of Adventures, like I said before, that's more than enough. But it's just, does their original source material, it's only 5 issues, roughly, what, 20, 30 pages? No, roughly, like, no, more like 24 to 20 pages each issue. And then, like, there's a massive battle part, where it's just, you would expect that battle would happen, but it's just one issue. And roughly about, what, 5 pages? Then it's on to it. Like, I have my own problems to end the last running. So as hype as I'm in to get a game adaptation of that story, I have my concerns. That's why I was like, you can bring in Eastman, you know, flush some things up like Shredder's grandson. We don't know who his dad is. We have no context of like where this kid came from, what he's been doing. So he just shows up out of nowhere. Interesting premise for issue 1, but over time, just his character just becomes. And then at the end, it's just I don't know what happened. This should have been at least maybe 6 issues. 6, maybe 7. Flesh out some extra things and really tap into, depending on which the Lord of Turtles is, a lasting plot line that technically, our favorite Ninja Turtles clan started this. Technically, they did. Whether you want to say it was a justifiable homicide or not does not matter. They technically started and they spilled first blood. So then with this whole peace treaty and trying to come to terms and trying to show, you know, trying to put things to rest, it'll make 10 times more sense in that context of the original series. Because if first blood was caused, we have this blood feud going back and forth, then it'll make sense for eventually. And let's sit down the tape. Let's come to peace. You lost people, I lost people. No more blood need to be shed. I don't know how much, like, will Baxter start making his own boss fight when they flesh that out? Would it be? I don't know. There's a lot of things that could be done, and a lot of meat that can be added back into this bones of the last run. Because issue 1, issue 2, fantastic. 3, 4, 5. Ooh. My goodness, this must be what whiskey feel like. This must be what the whiskey feel like. Whoa, this stuff burns. And why can't I feel my legs? But yeah, I just wanted to cover this news that when I saw it from Rad Brad, I was like, wait a minute, the game is out? Like, nah, it can't be out. What? It was announced. Like, we got gameplay. Let's see. There's a demo out? No, there's no demo. It's re-announced again. Hey, look, man. Hopefully by 2028 we can get this bad boy out of here. Cause we don't know what the previous guys worked on, what the gameplay like. That's the bad part about a lot of things happening like behind the scenes, and you don't know what's going on as a fan. And like, we got people who signed NDAs who can't talk about what's going on, even just to tell what you know. Well, we had some interesting things going on, but you know, just that would used to be. We don't know anything. We don't know anything. We don't got gameplay. We don't got no leaks. We don't got nothing. We're going after hopeful, wishful dreams, concepts, and ideals, and thinking. That's it. That's it. That's it. I've lived off those since my whole life, so it's just like even that, I can't do nothing with that. So hopefully by next year we can get some gameplay or some concept art or idea, the box art, or get some form of idea Because once again, it's adapting the story, well, covering the story. Doesn't entail everything. Will we get the lost years flashback? Will we get the lost years flushed out? Another case where just, I don't know. Like I said before, I don't know. I guess I'm a comic book person. That's technically not a comic book person. What do you mean? Comic books shouldn't just be limited to a certain degree of 20 pages. Now, depending who's publishing, you don't got no other choice. But for the most part, like, use as many pages as you think. Like this, it's like separating a person that can make an hour and 50-minute master class from a person that needs like 3 hours. One is refined technique, and the other one, he don't know what's to cut and what to keep. In this case, 5 issues could work if it was written better, but it didn't. We're still missing like the heart and the muscles, and like we only got gristle and bones on the nervous system and some intestine. We need some more in this. And then the sequels are making it better because it's not giving us no extra detail. It's not fleshing things out. It's not fleshing out Casey Jones or what these turtles been through. We just don't know anything. We just assume that it's some random line of turtles whose backstories we don't know nothing about. Once they could have easily released a 5-issue miniseries, at least covering, giving us some extra details we have not gotten. Move on to the new turtles. And once you move, look, the new turtles is a whole different ordeal. Another opportunity, suspect. Whether they execute that right or not, suspect. But I know there's a lot of potential here. There's a lot of chance to be like, when people look back on this game, this is what we are talking about. This is a TMNT game. This is something that you can like brag and show off to the age, or just cherish for the years to come. Now, sure, it's not the floor player co-op or you get to play as every turtle, but we got to start somewhere. This is our first foot on the ground for potential new attempts at turtle games, and especially that 4-player co-op that was introduced out of the shadows. It laid the framework. Now, it wasn't the best executed, but it's just the meat that was there, it was pretty damn good. Missing some seasoning, wasn't sauteed to the best, but it's just like there's this, you can see the framework for a masterpiece here. Like Master Chef, you go back to the drawing board, we can get something out of this. Same thing with Mutants in Manhattan. But I don't know, sometimes I get so juiced up, so interested in the concept, in the idea. What I come up with in my head is more real than the product they give me. It's very sad. It's just like MGS5. But we can only hope and pray for the best, man. Hopefully, I did not crack the 20 minutes again. But really think about this. Now, if we're just focusing on the last one, like I said, it can be like the Samurai Jack game. I don't have a problem with that. I don't. But I gotta see some Casey Jones. We got the Leonardo and everything else. Like this. I don't know, like, even if they cover the flashbacks, like, it's not a long story. Like, DC could easily turn this into a 1-hour story. Like, I'm dead serious. Like, this is not like the Dark Knight Returns side situation. This is more of a Batman, Bad Blood, more of a Batman killing joke type situation where it's just like, there's not like a lot of material to be like, we can turn this easily into like a 10-hour, 8-hour game. So we got so much gappage in time and so many things to flesh out, right? This would be a perfect time for someone at Paramount who got a contract deal with IDW to call up Kevin Eastman, call up Time Watts, even sprinkle in Peter later if you want to add some extra bone and to flesh out this game complete, where people be like, this is that stuff right there. Because we're not trying to create the best with what we got. It's hard to admire someone's dedication or craftsmanship when you're only doing it halfway with nothing. If I'm gonna make a movie out of trash, I guarantee it's gonna be the best movie I've made out of garbage you've ever seen. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think I've reached a point in life where I've mastered myself too well. I know all of my strengths, all of my weaknesses, what I'm good and bad at, and what I want to do. I've gazed at the stars for so long that I don't even know what I'm looking at anymore. if you aim for the stars and you hit nothing but a void? Did you still go somewhere? Or did you go somewhere nothing like you? That's the question. If you aim for the stars and you hit nothing but the void, did you ever achieve anything? Or is it just still waiting to happen? A bit up to Kevin got thoughts, opinions about the game, and what's your thoughts about the last running story? Should they make an animated series if they cancel the live action? It would still make money either way. That's what I mean. Don't let these people tell you that it's about the money. It's not about the money. It's more about ego, pride, and stock marketing than anything else. If it was about the money, there's 10,000 ideas that would make 10 times more sense. Think about it. MSWK. Peace.